In today's video, we're going to be identifying institutional candles. So let's get straight into it. Alright family, so if you've clicked into this video to understand more about institutional candles, then you're in the right place. We're going to be going through a whole institutional candle series, from how to identify them all the way through to how to actually trade them too. Stick around for the whole series. It's going to be a game changer. So if you want to know more about that, you're in the right place. Alright guys, so before we get into the video, definitely subscribe to the channel. Let's get this channel to 50k subs. We're so close to 20k actually. Let's get this channel to 20k subs first. Okay, let's do that within the next month or two, and then we can go ahead and start tackling 50k subscribers. Also family, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. You guys know that how I like these videos is I like them with a lot of likes. Okay, I need about 400 likes on this video. That way I know I can keep on producing these videos for you guys, because you guys keep on producing the goods. Let's get straight into it. We're going to be talking about institutional candles, and I really wanted to break it down starting from the basics, like literally what they are and how to identify them. What is an institutional candle? So an institutional candle is a candlestick whereby they run out liquidity first before heading in their intended direction. So normally it can be multiple highs. I've just done a double top here. It doesn't have to be a double top. It could be one high. It could be tons of different highs, and they don't always have to align up with this high over here. It could be the high could stop down here. It could stop here. It could stop here. It could stop like that as well. It doesn't really matter. But ultimately what you want to see them do is you want to see them run out the high and then break beneath this last up close candle. This scenario here is for a bearish market. This is for a bullish market. So the institutional candle runs out liquidity and then plummets. So you need to understand what's going on here as well. Institutions buy before they sell. Okay, and when they buy before they sell, they stop out these people, and you have to think about it. What is going to be above this area here? Stop losses. Every single person trying to sell price down is going to have their stop loss in this area. When the institutions buy price up, they're running out those stop losses. And it's the same thing. What else is above here? There's going to be some buy stops above here. So when they drag price up and activate the buy stops, those breakout buyers, then price would then fall back into the range, stopping out the people who are doing breakout buying, and then basically both types of traders get stopped out. Another thing to note regarding this, normally this is just not one candlestick. This could be multiple different candlesticks. You can get multiple highs and lows within this area like that. Multiple. You can get multiple highs and lows. But what I want you to focus on is not necessarily looking for one candlestick. I know it can be quite confusing, the institutional candle or the last up close candle. And so what people will be doing, they'll be trying to find out that one candlestick. Is this the last up close candle? You know, is it all of it? Like, what is the last up close candle? I want you guys to move away from the candlestick itself, the buy candlestick, and I want you guys to focus on what this push did. So what was the agenda of the push? The agenda of this push up was to take out the liquidity above here. So this is what makes this push an institutional candle. And so, for example, on the 4-hour time frame, you might see one candlestick. Whereas if you go to the 5-minute time frame, you're going to see multiple different candlesticks. You had multiple different highs and lows, but ultimately it was the beginning of that push that produced a move that ran the liquidity to the top side. And I'm going to show this to you on a chart as well, so you guys can get a better picture of this as well. So now let's move on to the last down close candle. So you're going to catch this here in a bullish scenario. So if the market is bullish, if it's an uptrend, this is what you're most likely going to see. You're going to see lows being created, money being placed, or stop losses being placed beneath this area over here, beneath this area down here. And then what you're looking for once again is that move that runs out liquidity. That's the move. That's what makes it an institutional candle, because they sell before they buy. And one more thing, what you need to know, I didn't mention it here, but I'm going to mention it here. When they sell, what happens? Every single person who's buying, you know, buying early, buying, using those retail concepts, trading consolidation and jumping in at those lows, you know, or trading equal lows and jumping in at, you know, the confirmation of those equal lows and stuff like that. Every single person who's buying there is buying early. So they might get a piece of the pie, but eventually what happens is they get stopped out. And when they get stopped out, they sell their orders. There must be somebody somebody on the other side to take that trade. Whenever there's buyers, there must be sellers. Whenever there's sellers, there must be buyers. And so when these guys sell the orders because they're getting stopped out, the person on the other side is buying. They load up on their buys and then they go long. One more time. So you're looking for that institutional candle. It runs out liquidity, right? It runs out liquidity. It runs out liquidity. That's what makes it an institutional candle. It runs out liquidity and then goes into the direction it was intended to go, which was to the upside in this scenario. Like I said last time, this is not going to just look like one candlestick. You might be able to identify it as one candlestick on the high time frame, but when you zoom on over to that lower time frame, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see lows like that. You're going to see different lows being created. You might see one of these. You know, I've messed it up a little bit, but you know what I mean. There's going to be multiple different lows. But what I want you to focus on one more time, it was the push. What was the agenda of the push? Okay, the agenda of the push was to run out liquidity. That was the agenda of the push. And so they succeeded in that, and then they moved up into their direction. Now I'm going to go ahead and show this to you on the chart. Alright guys, so we're on GPUSD and right now we are on the 1 hour time frame. So you can see that this is a last down close candle. Okay, this is a last up close candle. Yes, you're going to be able to refine these last down close candles even more. The lower the time frame you go, the more you can refine that last down close candle. So technically I could have used this one over here. The main thing to identify here is that there's all these different lows. Okay, you see all these different lows. Like I said, it doesn't have to be equal lows. It just needs to be lows, you know, different types of lows. You can see there's lows here, more lows over here, more lows over here. There's more to the right down here, and there's another set of lows down here. This whole push down ran that liquidity. Yeah, ran that liquidity. As you can see, all the money that was resting beneath this level over here, it was the whole push down that did it. And so this is an example of a last down close candle. And so what they did once again is that they took all the stop losses that were resting beneath these lows, also activated the sell stops. Anyone doing breakout selling activated it here, gave them a little piece of the pie, and then they dragged it back into the range, stopping out those folks too. So this is an example of a last down close candle. And now check this out. This is an example of a last up close candle. So once again, don't get confused with looking for one candlestick. I want you to more so step out of the box, think out of the box, and look for that push up. The push up that had the agenda to take out these highs. There's a high here, high there, high here, and high here. There's going to be liquidity in this area. Okay, liquidity in this area. So let's just say, for example, this up close candle took out this high, but look what they did. They generated more highs, more highs, more highs. So basically, stop losses were being placed in this area up here. Okay, stop losses were being placed all in this area in here. And so what they did with this whole push up was that from the lows to the highs, the agenda was to run out that liquidity. And once again, what did they do? All the early sellers got ran out. All the buy stops in here got activated with this push up and then dragged back into the range, stopping those folks out too. This is how it looks like on the chart. We're on a 1 hour time frame here. And once again, like I said, it doesn't need to look pretty. It's not just going to be always be one candlestick. You're looking for that push up that takes out the money. And you know, on the lower time frames, like the 1 minute, you might get one candlestick as well. But you're going to see that once you start refining these institutional candles. They're both types of institutional candles. This is just one you will find in a bullish market, and this is one you will find in a bearish market. One thing about institutional candles is that banks are normally, or the big institutions are normally in drawdown in this candlestick. They're normally in drawdown because when they're buying GBP/USD in this case, and then they drop price down, these orders are still open. These orders are still in drawdown. So what they have to do is they need to come back up to this institutional candle to mitigate their orders. So basically, mitigation just means to close off their position. Sometimes they might stab at that institutional candle once, and sometimes they'll do it multiple times. How many times they're going to stab into that institutional candle is literally up to them, but all you can do is position yourself in the right place to be in this trade and sell it off. When they come up to the institutional candle, you can call it the last up close candle. That's what I normally call it, a last up close candle. When they come up to this institutional candle or last up close candle, they close off some of their positions, and the more times they come to it, the more they're closing off more positions, closing off more of their drawdown positions. That's what they're doing, and eventually they're going to drop again because their intention in the beginning was to drop, for price to drop down, but they bought price up first before they sold. And here's another one. Check it out. We have a couple of highs over here. All right, a couple of highs over here. So let me zoom in a bit more. You can see this is the high, and then once again, look at this. They take out the liquidity with this push up. This whole push up takes out all the liquidity resting above here. Stop losses that were resting above this level here, this is where they got taken out. Once again, buy stops were activated as well, and then they were stopped out too. So this move right here is another last up close candle. So you guys know what needs to happen. They're going to be in drawdown in these buy orders up here. And eventually price is going to have to come up to this area to mitigate the position as well. So you have to bear that in mind too. So let's keep it moving. We got some more. Check it out. All of these highs, all this high, that high, this high, this high. Guess what? This last up close candle from the bottom all the way to the top ran all the money, the liquidity that was resting above in this area down here. And yes, there's equal highs there, you can see that too, but they ran all the money that was resting up here. And once again, the early sellers, you have to think about what's going on here. So let me just quickly put this here as well. This is the intro to these institutional candles right now, and I'm going to be taking this slow with you guys. I really want you guys to really start soaking this in. I'm back uploading videos again, so yeah, I really want you guys to start soaking this in. This is an equal high or a double top, whatever you want to call it. And you guys know what a double top or equal high is a confirmation for, what it means and who it's for. So it's a retailer concept whereby they believe that equal lows is a confirmation for a sell. So you know what's happening here. People are trying to sell early. People are trying to sell. People are trying to sell because there's equal highs over here. So where they're putting a stop loss in this area over here is going to be buy stops up here, because this is a confirmation to go lower. If it breaks above that, it should go higher. So that's what those buy stop traders are thinking. They might have the right, the right opinion, or the sell anyway. Once again, an institutional candle comes in, and this used to get me all the time, man. Back in the day, in my retail trading days, I used to get those double top confirmations, and I would take those. I'd be like, yes. And now get stopped out still. And I never understood why. Obviously, I understand now. And then we have another one over here. Check it out. And we have to zoom in for this one. Once again, we have a high, and we have this level down here. So it does actually run the high just a little bit. Let me just make it perfect. Boom. Okay, so you can see it now. There we go. So we have the high. We have all of these highs, not just this high, but we have all of these highs. As you can see, they tap just beyond it here. And then they drop price down. And as you can see, one more time, there's another one. I've identified one more in this little down portion of price action. Okay, you can see down here, once again, you have all these different highs, all these different highs. As you can see, price runs up against it. Price runs up against it. One more time, taking out these early sellers, taking them out, activating buy stops one more time, and then dropping price down again. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now take you to gold, because I'm going to be showing you institutional candles, but this time in an uptrend. All right, so this is gold, family. So I'm sticking to the 4-hour time frame. We have a last down close candle that runs out all the money. Yeah, all those lows, all these lows, yeah, got run out with this down push. That's an institutional candle. Runs out liquidity and then instantly breaks back above the high that ran the liquidity. And then guess what? Again, check it out. These lows, one more time. Technically, this would have been like equal lows. This whole push down runs out all the money resting beneath here, right? And then they move. Okay, once again, activating sell stops this time. So those breakout sellers, you guys know, if it breaks beyond this point, they're going to be selling down. This is an institutional candle. Check it out. They generate some kind of liquidity, equal lows once again, and it's not always going to be equal lows. It could just be a low. Okay, it could just be a low, but they use this institutional candle here, run out the liquidity. And like I said, all we're doing in this part of the video is just identifying institutional candles. But you guys need to come back for the next videos, because we're going to be talking about how to trade institutional candles and how to use institutional candles to determine market flow. Guys, that's all I wanted to show you for this video. I wanted to get you guys using your eyes, visualizing what an institutional candle looks like. If you do decide to go and start back testing this, to really start, getting your eyes and training your eyes to see these institutional candles, right, then drop a comment down below. I would like to know whether you guys are doing that or not. Before I even go, there is going to be a mentorship giveaway. I'm giving away 2 spots in my mentorship, one on this video and one on my 3rd video. So the special word for today's video is institutional candles, because you know those things, man. If you're on the wrong side of those, you get played, right? You get played straight away. So comment on my Instagram. My new Instagram is MHU_FX. That's where I'm going to be posting all of my forex content. If you want to follow the family stuff and follow just what I do in my life, you can go ahead and follow me at Harrison Uwa. Anyway guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Definitely come back for part 2 of this, right? Part 2, because in part 2 we are going to be talking about how to use institutional candles to determine market flow. So that's what we're going to be talking about in the second part of this series. And in the third part of the series, I believe that's going to be the final part of this series, we're going to be talking about how to trade institutional candles. That's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.